All right, everybody, we are going to get started here. Welcome. I'm super excited for today's webinar that we're doing, talking to some guys on here today about basically men winning at Host-A-Post. And so really excited about it. My name is Ben Boyle, and I'm an ambassador diamond with It Works. And I'm just really excited to share with you guys a little bit about how guys can do awesome at Host-A-Post and just what that looks like. So really quick to start off with, if you guys could just put in the chat, put a 1 in the chat if you are a man. If you are a male, put a 1 in the chat so I can see who all's on here that is also a man. And one thing, I mean, obviously you guys, we're focusing on guys today, but one thing that I love about this method in this business is that it really does apply to everybody. And so if you aren't a man, don't tune out, because you can definitely pick up some great stuff as well, no matter if you're a man or woman. So I'm really excited. Really quick though, I just want to put this on blast for you guys as well. If you are a man, and if you've ever wondered, like if you've ever looked around at our business and wondered where your place is in this company, or wonder where you're, like, if you can be successful with this, put a 2 in the chat. So if you're a man and you've kind of ever wondered, you know, is this something that I can do? Is this something I can be successful with? Put a 2 in the chat. And it's okay if you have, because I know that I had those thoughts when I first started. And it's definitely something that has come into my head as well. So
hey Ben, it says that host has disabled
the video.
Oh, let me fix that for you guys.
So I can't get.
I'm gonna make everybody a co-host here, so you guys can turn on your videos. Guys, I'm super excited about our guest that we have on today.
There we go. All right.
Perfect. And
sorry about that.
there you go, guys. There they are, beautiful men's faces. All right, so if it's okay if you guys have ever felt like you don't know if you can be successful or how you can be successful or things like that, what I want to talk to you guys today about, and what our awesome guests also are going to be speaking about, is just showing how as a man you can be successful in this business. And it's absolutely possible for you to go to the top of this company, to be signing lots of customers. And that's what Host-A-Post is. So we're super excited about it. Why should you pay attention on this webinar? Let me just show you something really quick. If you are maybe new to getting involved in the business, I'm going to share my screen really quick, and I'm going to show you why you should pay attention to this webinar. This is our income disclosure statement, and this is something that I'm super stoked about. When I actually, just a little brief background on my story of how I got started with this business. I did a lot of research into a lot of companies before we actually joined It Works. And some of the things that I looked at were the numbers. And our company stands out head and shoulders above other companies as far as the potential and the compensation that's available. So take a look at this screen, because these are the facts. And like I said before, my wife Danielle and I are blessed to have reached the top rank of Ambassador Diamond. And you know, it's really been such a blessing for our life. And I just want to share with you guys that you can pick a number on that chart that I just showed you, and we can show you a path to get there. And Host-A-Post is one of the major factors that I would attribute getting to the top rank of this company with. And it's been such a huge part of our business and such a huge way for being successful, especially for me personally as a man. So I want you guys to just tune in and take a look as I talk with some of our other guys that are on here. Really quick, I think that there's also, just to kind of throw this out there, I think that there's, you know, there's a few different groups of guys in this business, number one, you can be a spouse. You can be somebody who maybe your significant other joined the business and they're doing the business, and you're just kind of like, well, now, like, how do I fit into this? How can I contribute? And that's awesome. Or maybe you also are just a guy who joined the business and you're looking to do this business and be successful for yourself. Either way, I can show you how to use this method to be super successful, whether you're doing this as in a supporting role or whether you are just in this for yourself and you want to go to the top. So really quickly, just to kind of cover the basics before I introduce some of our guests, I want to just talk to you guys about what Host to Post is. Some of you guys may have not actually done it before. And you might be wondering, like, what is this Host to Post thing everybody's talking about and how does it work? So just the quick basics. Other webinars you guys can watch, we'll get into the weeds of all the details with it. But I just want to make sure that everybody's at least tracking what we're talking about. So what is Host to Post? Host to Post is, it's a system, it's a method for using social media to reach beyond your existing network with advertising our products. So how does it work? Essentially, you can post on your wall on Facebook about a giveaway, and people are going to want to get entries for that giveaway, whether it's for cash or whether it's for product, whatever it is that your team's doing a giveaway for. And if your team's not doing a giveaway, you can just do your own giveaway for Skinny Brew samples or whatever. You post about a giveaway, somebody comments on your giveaway post, you message that person basically saying, here's how you get an entry. You post this post on your wall about my product. And then when they post that, their friends are going to start commenting and you can reach their friends for free. So it's a great system. It's super easy. And if you follow the methods, then you can reach unlimited amounts of people with the products, with the business opportunity, and you're not limited by who you know or where you're located. So it's really a one-size-fits-all system where you can step into this business. And what I love about it is that literally anybody, no matter what your background is, no matter what's your education, your age, if you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. This method can work for you. And you can be literally having zero experience. This is a instruction manual for how to be successful with the company, how to start signing customers very quickly, no matter what you're starting off with. So the way I like to compare this with Host to Post is like, if you guys if you can just put put a 3 in the chat if you've ever built something from IKEA, or if you've ever had to assemble some kind of furniture, put a 3 in the chat if you've ever done that before. I know I have, and I think sometimes with companies or businesses like this, people can come into it thinking that they don't have an instruction manual. Imagine if you got the box and there was no instruction manual, you just had to figure it out. It might be a little bit daunting, right? I think sometimes we can feel that way when we're joining a business, but what Host to Post provides is the instruction manual. It's a step-by-step, just like with IKEA, they give you a step-by-step manual for how to put it together. And so you can follow this step-by-step system to be successful, and it's really that simple. So that's why I want you guys to pay attention, because this can really make such a huge difference in your success. Really quickly, I want to introduce our first guest, who I'm really excited about. Michael, if you could unmute yourself. And Michael, if you could just introduce yourself really briefly. Tell everybody your name, your age, and tell them what your day job is.
Okay, my name is Michael Hodges, and I'm 52 years old, and I am a surveillance observer in a casino.
Awesome. And you guys, Michael, I didn't even know Michael before we did this business, but we've just become really close and with his family, and just being a part of the same team, it's just been such an incredible opportunity to get to know him. What I love about Michael is that he's an older man, and I think that the large majority of people in our business are in a younger demographic. But Michael, you have joined this company with actually with your daughter, and you're a father-daughter duo. So everybody, I just want you guys to listen to Michael, because he is proof positive that no matter what your age group is or whatever, you can be successful working this business using Host to Post. So Michael, if you could just maybe talk a little bit about Host to Post, and how has your success been affected by Host to Post in signing customers? How much of your success with that would you attribute to Host to Post?
I would say Host to Post is about 95% of my business. It really has set it off. Before I started to Host to Post, it was pretty slow. And then once I was taught how to do the Host to Post, I'll never go back to the beginning. I'll just keep going forward, and it's awesome. I mean, you can get a lot of potential LCs and DTs with doing this Host to Post. It's amazing.
For sure. And I know when you had previous experience with other companies before doing It Works. And so I don't know if you could just share maybe a little bit about maybe because of that experience, what was your confidence like in coming into It Works, that you could be successful? How did you feel about that when you were just getting started?
Well, with the other two companies that I was previously in, they just put you in there, and I felt like I was just a number. They wouldn't help you with anything. And they're both companies I was in there for probably at least 2 years, struggling away, and decided to get out. And I wasn't going to get into any other business, because obviously frustrated because no help, and I just figured that if the person above me was going to get me into the business, they should help me, because if I'm successful, they would be successful. So basically I got out, and then when my daughter confronted me about It Works, I was like, no, I told her numerous times I wasn't going to get into another business, and she's like, come on, Dad, just try it, and let's do it together.
Right.
So I bit the bullet, and you know what? I would never change companies, because you have the help, and I've promoted like 3 different times, and with the other companies I never promoted.
That's so great. I love that.
So it's awesome, and I love the help. And thanks to my daughter introducing me to Ben and Danielle, and we're just like family, and everybody helps each other, and that's what I like.
That's awesome. And I guess my last question for you, Michael, is just what would you say to another man, another guy who might be hesitant to start doing Host to Post specifically, or just to get involved in the business in that way? What would you say to a guy who maybe is doubting if it could work for them, or if they should even give it a try?
Well, I would tell them, you know what? I know it's mostly female oriented, but if a female can do it, so can a male. And with the program that we have with the Host to Post and everything, there's no way that you cannot fail in this business.
Yeah, and I think that's really, honestly, the thing that I love about this method is that if you're willing to do your part, if you're willing to step in and just say, hey, I'm willing to try this, I'm willing to give it a shot and follow the steps, then it doesn't matter if you're a man or woman. We use the same methods for both. So Thank you so much for sharing, Michael. I really appreciate it. You're such an inspiration. You guys, Michael is going for diamond this month. He is working this business on his own, going for diamond. So if you guys could just cheer him on really quick and just let him know, if you guys put a 1 in the chat, if you feel like Michael can go diamond this month, just let him know that you've got, or that he's got your support by putting a 1 in the chat. I love it. I love it.
Cool.
Thank you so much, Michael.
Thank you very much.
All right. I want to shift gears over to my next guest. Russ, if you could unmute yourself. And Russ, if you could just introduce yourself, tell everybody your name, your age, and what your day job is.
All right. So my name is Russell Cantrell. I'm 38 years old. My day job is I'm an environmental health specialist at local health department. So what I do is inspect things mostly. So yeah, that's my day job. And then I also have another little night job. I'm a DJ as well.
Love it.
So that's kind of what I do.
I love that. Yeah, and Russ, I know you've had some awesome product results using the It Works products. So could you tell everybody, like, I know that's help you get customers and things like that. So could you just tell everybody what products you've used?
So I started with keto. So my girlfriend introduced me to some products, Stephanie Romero. So she introduced me to this company, and I attribute everything that I've gotten out of it to her. But so keto coffee, chocolate greens, fat fighters, and Thermophyte X were the products that I use. That was the stack, and I got great results from it. And so I post pictures when I'm trying to sell a triple thread or trying to sell the products, and people see that it's actually me and that I've used the products, and they know that it's real.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love that. And just to point out to you guys, you take a look at Russ, he's doing this business, he's being successful, and you never know. I feel like sometimes, even for my own self as a guy, like sometimes I, in the past, have discounted or kind of like, counted out other guys who are interested in the business or things like that, because I haven't seen like tons of guys at the top of our company. And so I'm like, I tend to like almost count them out before they even get started. And I'm like, wow, look at Michael, look at Russ, guys work in the business. And even if you have a customer, like Russ said, he started with the products. If you've got a customer using the products, don't count them out. Like literally offer the business, because somebody like Russ who can come into this just by the products, love the products, get great results, and now he's being super successful with the business and changing lives on the business side of things too, because he was able to experience what our company has to offer. So Russ, I love your story of getting started with the products first, but now you're doing the business, and now you're doing host to post. So can you just tell everybody, just really quickly and brief, how do you do host to post?
So host to post, I post about a giveaway, and just ask everyone to maybe drop a comment or an emoji if they're interested in entering for a chance to win whatever the giveaway may be. And then off of that, so I usually try to get that in pretty early in the morning, because I do, like I said, I have a full-time job, 9 to 5 or whatever it may be. So I try to get that in as early as I can. And then maybe around lunchtime, check up on it to see if I have any comments, and reply to those comments, like them. And then that kind of gets, the ball rolling. If they want to do it, I start talking to them, and then also kind of gets the algorithm, so other people start seeing the post as well. So then I may check it, a couple hours later, maybe make a couple more comments to build it up again. And then by the time I get off work, I may have anywhere from, 30 to 75, 80 comments from people that are interested in getting an entry into the contest.
Yeah.
And then from there, you know, I'll message those people, tell them what they have to do to get an entry, and then they, you know, they host a post for me after that.
Awesome. Yeah, that's really good. And tell everybody just like what you like about Host a Post, like what you feel like are some things that you specifically like about it and how it's helped your business.
So, I mean, really, it's done a lot, all in just off this one simple method or this one post. It's kind of helped build, expand, and, you know, grow the business and my network all at the same time. So by, you know, people commenting, and then if they host that post for me, it's gonna let other people that I may not be friends with or may not see my post about the business, then they see the post about the business and get intrigued, and then comment on their host a post. So you're growing that way. Other people are seeing it, and then bringing them into it. And then you're commenting on them. You're adding them as a friend first. That's what I do before I share information with them. So I'm adding them as a friend. And then after that, you know, I'd see if they want to become an LC. And sometimes they want to become an LC, sometimes they don't. But if they don't, I still ask them if they want to host a post, or they may just see me hosting a post later down the road and they want to get an entry that way. And it just kind of grows and snowballs from that aspect. So it's a great method.
That's incredible. Yeah, I think that sometimes people who are just getting started with Host a Post, they don't necessarily understand the full reach and potential of this method. To, like you said, it really can just be a snowball effect and just go wild. If you stick with it, if you're doing it consistently, like there's literally no limit to the number of people that you could reach with this.
Absolutely.
So that's really awesome. Yeah, I know you talked about it kind of briefly, but just the last thing I want you to share with everybody is working a full-time job and actually even having like multiple other things that you're doing. Talk to everybody about what your day is like and how you fit Host a Post into your day. 'Cause I know that there's a lot of people who are actually, you know, they're doing other things. They have a full-time job and they're like, man, well, I just don't know if I have time to do Host a Post because it seems like it's kind of a lot of, you know, very involved or something like that. So just talk to people about how you fit it in with your schedule.
Okay. So as I kind of mentioned, I try to get it in as early as possible. Maybe before I go to work, or, you know, when I'm starting my day. And due to great leadership and great mentoring, you guys pretty much give the blueprint, the template that makes it so simple. So that's a tremendous help, just coming down from you guys. And you guys are always an open book and always available. So that does help. Leadership and that you guys provide helps a lot. So, you know, I try to get it in early. Like I said, I try to check it maybe around my lunchtime when I get a break at work. Make a few comments or likes, try to get the algorithm going just so more people see them, see the post, and then just kind of, you know, comment at the end of the day when I get home, maybe, you know, try to catch up on the comments and reach out to new people, stuff like that. And then, you know, just sharing different products. Like I use the keto stuff, the triple threat pretty much, but I use pretty much all the products, the greens, the reds, you know, the celery. So I just love everything. It's amazing company, amazing products, and anybody can do it. You know, I'm like I said, a full-time job. I DJ also. I'm a single father, so I'm very involved with my children. So if I can make time, and, you know, you just got to try to find time. You just really want to do it, and you know, you can make it happen.
Really good. Yeah. Thank you so much, Russ. We're so thankful that you're a part of this team, part of this company, and that you're just making it happen. So thank you so much for sharing. Appreciate it, bro.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And so, okay, the next person that I want to introduce is a very special person. And his name is David Vengadaslam. And David and his wife Robin joined our team about a year ago. And we didn't know them at all prior to this business, but they've just come in and rocked it. And so, Dave, I want you to introduce yourself. If you can unmute yourself. Just tell everybody your name, your age, and your day job, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, hi guys. So my name is Dave, and I'm 41 years old right now. My day job is kind of interesting because I got a whole different story, for myself. I've been a commercial airline pilot for 20 years, thought I had a secure job, and I am a full-time It Works marketer, I guess, right now. And yeah, it's been a tremendous joy.
That is incredible. So I don't know if you guys caught that, but Dave is a career professional airline pilot, and now he's doing this business. So super excited about it. Dave, we just love you so much. Dave, can you just give like a real quick version of your story of how you got started with the business?
So same here I got my wife to thank for all of this. We were just basically on the highway on the I-10 heading west to LA, and we're in Phoenix heading, to LA. Robin, my wife, was on Facebook, and she had followed Danielle, who was, Ben's wife, for about 2 years. For 2 years, we've been following them, and she saw a post. And so while I was driving the car, she looked at me, like always, the wives will be all over Facebook, and it was one of those things again where my mind was going, oh no, not again. She found something again. I was a little upsetting at that point, but she was like, no, let's just try this product. And so I was like, whatever, how much did it cost? So the cost was pretty cool. And she was like, just give it a shot. And I really liked the couple. So she basically seen Ben and Danielle on Facebook for about 2 years and got hold of this post that talked about the product and Thermofite X. And so when we got home, she asked me again, should we give it a shot? And I'm like, whatever, the price really seems very reasonable, and let's go for it. And honestly, the rest is history. We took the product, and because we ordered the product through Danielle, we got more alert, I guess, about the business part of it too. And I believe like it was about 5 days later that Robin reached out to Danielle and said, I've been seeing that you've been posting about the business. I've been seeing that it's a home-based business, and there's tremendous success in this and all of that. And so Robin was saying, if you would teach me all the steps, exactly what you do. I remember that because in fact, I flew to Germany back in the day. After we ordered the Thermofite X, I had to fly to Germany because of some things I had to do. So Robin did this all by herself. And so she ended up signing up with It Works and told me about this. And of course, for those who know Robin, she signed me up as distributor, being her first distributor, me not even knowing about it. She created a new email and all that and just signed me up. And I got an email and I was like, what is going on? So obviously I was in Germany calling her up. I'm like, babe, what are you doing again? Is it like $1,000 starter kit again? Like you and me, like are we broke again? And she was like, no, this is a whole different deal. And so she signed herself up and signed me up right away. She had her first DT like within 2 hours, I guess, which is me. And yeah, and so that's how the whole deal started.
I love that. You guys, somebody put a 1 in the chat if your spouse or significant other roped you into this and signed you up, and that's why you're here. At least that's how you started. You may have come on board, but put a 1 in the chat if that's how you started with this business, because I know that's quite a few people. But I know that for the majority of us who began that way, we're all very thankful and blessed that it happened. So I love y'all's story. Dave, can you talk really quickly just about, because I know when you started, like you said, it was kind of like, here we go again, right?
Right.
And that was kind of the perspective. But what shifted for you? What got you from being in that eye roll phase to then all of a sudden now being like super passionate and invested in working the business yourself? What changed?
Honestly, Ben, you know me, and I have a hard time putting it in a nutshell because this has been the most amazing phase of my life, path of my life, even as a guy. Like, it's been so amazing. What changed? You know, honestly, I'm gonna tell you very seriously. The first thing that I seen change when I flew back, because I was in Germany back at that time, and then I flew back. I was just in Germany for a week, came back, and the first change that I seen, Ben, was change in my wife. I was seeing changes in Robin almost instantly. And now we know that a lot of ladies, you know, deal with self-esteem issues and all those things, and we all, you know, in a way deal with that. But I see an instant change. She was busy working on the phone. Obviously, me as a guy, the first thing I said was like, "Babe, do you want to sit watch TV with me?" You know, like it's typical thing. The guy said like, "Hey, you know, you're spending more time on the phone than with me," and blah 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 blah, all this kind of crazy things, because I had no understanding, and it took me about 2 weeks to understand what was going on. But I seen changes. She was starting to work it. She was loving it. The big thing with me is for Robin, and I want to include us guys too, because it's been my experience, this relationship. It's been the most amazing part of this business, having relationship. Now Robin having ladies, and you know, like me having a relationship with guys. Me, you know, I've met Russell, I've met Michael. It's been amazing. We've had a lot of fun. You know, Ben, obviously we have obviously built this amazing relationship up too. So what has really changed is the relationship that that we've built up. What has changed is that people are starting to work, and it seems like we're doing a business that is actually helping people. It's not just, you know, like I'm going to work and just kind of like my airline job. I'm going to work, I'm doing my task, I'm getting paid, and that's about it. There's like no emotions or anything about it. I'm just, it's just like very digital, right? But with this, it's like I'm starting to see my wife changing. She's positive. I'm seeing that it's rubbing on me positively. I was starting to get like curious about what's going on. It started getting contagious. And then, you know, whatever we're doing is helping people too. So we have this amazing products. It's helped, you know, myself, and just like Russell and Michael have shared too, it's helped them. The products have helped us too, help likewise. It's helping Robin. And so the whole package, just the way I've seen it in a very rational kind of way, even as a guy, I've seen it. This is good stuff. And so really from the get-go, from day one, when she started doing this business, I've just seen so much positivity in her, and it rubbed me like just so good. And I've started changing too.
That's really, really so good. And we've just loved watching you guys grow with this and run with it. Like you said, when you guys first started, it was, I mean, it was host to post from day one. It was like literally jumping straight into it. And Robin started off, and then you jumped on board and got into the weeds with it, learned host to post to a T, like every little detail of it. And now you're doing it, and now you're teaching your team to do it. So can you just talk a little bit about how host to post has helped y'all's business and helped your team specifically to win with this business?
Yes, absolutely. So Robin started about 5 days in. Daniel taught her how to do it, and I call it the booster. I mean, there's only so much you can do with posting and all, but when you do the host to post, it's like this super turbo booster, because like, honestly, it is what it is. You get more people on your Facebook, people you don't know, people that you can bless with. Like you're saying, the reach is just, there's no limit in reaching out to, you know, over your Facebook, and with the giveaway post and them posting and just keep it going. I mean, you can just keep the ball rolling and rolling, and you're just searching for people that are right there at the right time wanting something like this. And now duplicating that, whatever we were learning from you guys, and we perfected it in a way, and duplicating that into our team, it basically amplified it all too. And that's obviously how sales have gone up also within our team. So it's host to post is life. That's what we say all the time. You know, apps are life.
So true. I love what you just said about duplication, and I think that's, you know, it's a huge thing in our business model is duplication. And with host to post, I feel like the thing that I love about it so much is that host to post is the most duplicatable system that I've ever seen for this business model, because really and truly it doesn't take any special talent or skill, or even you know, you don't have to be a good public speaker, you don't have to be charismatic, you don't have to have a strong network or be well connected. you just need to be willing to follow the steps, because I mean, Dave, would you not agree that we can take anybody, whether they have 15 Facebook friends starting off or whether they've got 2,000, and they can both be equally successful in a very short space of time by following this method. Don't you agree?
I totally agree. I mean, I got distributors coming in that are not even Facebook savvy. They don't even know what a Facebook is. And I got people that come in and they have 4,000 or 5,000 friends on Facebook. Like, it doesn't matter where you're from. And that's just the fun part of it. You're right on, bro. We can start and work with anybody, and it's made for everybody. It's the most simplest, effective way that I've ever seen. It's unbelievable. That's totally true.
And I just want to take this opportunity too, for those of you who are out there that, like we started off saying, like, if maybe you've doubted whether you can be successful with this, or maybe you're like, hey, you know, how could I, looking at these top leaders who are up on stage and, you know, they make such great speeches and they can like just look like they can just rule the world. But I'm not like that. I can't be successful. I just want you guys to understand that if you can follow an instruction manual, like I was talking about with IKEA furniture, if you can follow instructions, then you can be successful with Host to Post. You can sign lots of customers. When I first got into doing Host to Post, you guys, like the first month that I really dove in with Host to Post, I signed over 80 customers. Mm. It's and I had, like, I thought that I could not be a customer enroller. Like the first 3 years of our business, I thought, you know, Danielle can sign lots of customers. I don't think I could ever do that, because I'm like, I don't do well with posting on social media. I'm not like great at, you know, engaging with people in a conversation on Facebook. So I was like, how could I ever sign customers? But I just followed the instructions, and I'm good at that. Like I can follow a step by step. And so I did it, and I signed over 80 customers in a month, and I was like, whoa! I was like, anybody can do this. Yeah. And it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. It doesn't matter what your background is. I mean, look at the 4 guys on this panel, all different, like, ages, backgrounds, jobs. Like, we're very different, but we're all doing this. And so I just want to encourage you guys of what is possible. And what I love is that if you can, if that's possible, it's the learn, do, teach method. Mm-hmm. With our business. If you can learn it, you can do it. And if you can do it, then you can teach it. And then you get somebody else to do it, and then it's duplicating. And from there, you don't have to be a good leader, you guys. I feel like I just want to throw this out there, because sometimes we can look at the word leader and we can think, no, that's not me. I'm not a leader. Like, I don't know how to lead people. Like, some of you guys might feel that way, and that's okay. Because honestly, you don't have to be a leader to be successful in leading a team. All you have to do is get good at Host to Post, do it, and then you just show people what's working for you. And if you can do it and teach it, and do it and teach it, then there's no limit to what you can accomplish. So I'm loving this method because it's so easily duplicatable. And Dave, you're just a great example of how you're doing that with your team, and really showing people, like, hey, this is something that you can do no matter where you're at, where you're starting with. Really quick, in talking about training your team. So when you're training your team, talk to me a little bit about the importance of following the method to a T and actually doing it correctly, like in its fullness. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Okay, well, the deal with Host to Post, it's really simple. It's not difficult at all. It's the simplicity that brings you great results. But you know, I am a perfectionist, and some of my teammates do know that I'm pretty OCD about Host to Post, and I do. What we do in our team and what made us, you know, be successful is to, honestly, like you're saying, really train the step-by-step one-on-one training. It is what it is. I had to learn the hard way too. Like, I always loved, you know, training a lot of people at the same time on Zoom, but the one-on-one training, taking just a little time, teaching, really just duplicating, like you're saying, you know, and I'm not leading per se, I'm just showing them whatever I'm doing and it's working for me. I'm duplicating that for individuals. And that really, like, I love it when distributors go, oh yeah, I missed that, and oh yeah, I missed that, and you know, an hour later or a day later, you're like, I got an LC, and it, like, there's just results like instantly. There's instant results. And so working on one-on-one, Ben, you know, going to the to like really seeing what the steps are, and just finding out, okay, is this you know, are they doing it correctly or not, and then seeing that once they learned, oh okay, I could do that a little bit more different, I could do that more better, and seeing instant results of getting LCs and DTs, because you do get LCs, you do get distributors with host to post, it's a given. That makes me just so happy. So that's how we do it. We train one-on-one, we take that time, and it's really been giving us great results.
Yeah, and I feel like sometimes, have you ever heard somebody on your team tell you like, I don't think host to post is working for me?
Oh yeah, we've had people that don't like to post the giveaway. We've
Right.
got people that don't like messaging. They would say, Dave, I don't feel comfortable doing it, I feel overwhelmed. I'm like, that's totally okay. Let me take you by the hand and just work with you step by step by step. I start in the morning, put up a giveaway post. And I love what Russell said. I post the giveaway post in the morning and I deal with it later, like at noon time. And that's exactly how we train you to just post it. You don't need to run right away and just, like, you know, get all crazy about it. Just post it in the morning and then do other things, let it sit there for a while. And then at noontime, you start following up. You know, we're all about posting, you know, early in the morning and posting a giveaway posts in the evening. And it seems to give great results. And we teach them, like, there's no stress about it. It's very simple. It's very easy. Just post it, take your time, and then we follow up later. And even that takes so much stress and steam out of the distributors, where we go, oh, I thought I had to like just kind of hawk on it and just like watch for every comment, and then I got to like answer right away, I lose my potential. No, that's not how it works. And so it's so much more easier than it sounds initially, right? And that just calls for training and helping people to exactly duplicate whatever you're doing. And then when they see results, I mean, that is just like the most amazing joy that I can encounter.
Absolutely. And I think we understand, you know, in helping other people do this method, it is a method, it's a system. And like, I like to compare it to baking something. And I don't know if, like, most guys, I guess, traditionally aren't like big cooks or bakers, but like my wife and I love to bake and cook. So my mind goes to baking is a science. And it's like, if you get the ingredients right with the recipe, then it comes out great every time. But if you change one little thing in in like a bread recipe or even a cookie recipe or something like that, if you change one little ingredient or you get the ratio wrong or something like that, it can come out totally whack, and you can have a pancake instead of a muffin. And it's like, host to post, I feel like, is very similar in the sense that it is a step-by-step system. And if you're missing one ingredient or if you're doing one thing wrong, it can be sabotaging the whole deal. And you may not even realize it. You may not even realize that you didn't add the baking powder. And you're wondering why your muffin is a pancake. But I just want, Dave, if you can share just a little bit about the importance of doing it exactly and not reinventing the wheel. Because I've seen so many people try to say, like, oh, I'm doing it, I'm not getting customers, so this just doesn't work. But I'm like, if we take a look at what you're doing and we really like look at, are you following all the steps? Are you doing it exactly how we taught you? 10 times out of 10, something was off. Something wasn't taking place. And as soon as we fix that, what happens, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, you know, I mean, I love it. I love what it is. I don't bake as much, but I do pancakes, and I don't do them as often. So it is kind of like I expect a pancake and there's ramen noodles coming out. I'm like, why does it look different, right? So, you know, or I mean, we can use all kind of stuff. I mean, I love analogies anyways. You can sit in a car and put reverse and just drive reverse to your work. Do you do that, or do you know what I mean? Like, that's gonna burn your engine too. You're totally right. It is very simple. It's very effective, but it does call for step to step, just really watching what you're doing. And like you're saying, if all the ingredients are correct, it becomes a beautiful, I don't know, cake or whatever you're trying to bake. So yes, the importance of doing the steps correctly is very important. I've encountered, for instance, people trying to change the scripts or trying to tweak it a little bit, or I'll try something else. I'm a leader that lets the boundaries a little bit, let them just do, just give them a little bit of freedom, just try it out. And usually they come back and say it didn't work. And so, because the host to post methods have been perfected, it's so easy that we humans sometimes do want to accept that it's that easy, and we don't want to stick with the same scripts, right? But it's just what it is. Like just doing it every day, the mundane steps, so to say, nearly gives you the most effective results. So I agree with you, Ben. It is, every step needs to be effective. I really believe that when you want to know, am I doing it right or not, even as a distributor, like, if you go to a leader and say, help me out here, is this all going good? So that in the long run, I am actually getting results. I am enrolling 80 LCs a month. We have distributors enrolled, like, Ben, 100, 120 LCs in 1 month, and that's one LC. And so it is perfect. You just got to stick with the steps, not reinvent. I'm totally on you with that. And you see results. It is what it is.
So good. Yeah. And so, I mean, the keys, guys, what I want you to take away is, number one, do host to post, obviously. But if for some reason at any point, either at the beginning or maybe later on, you feel like something, like you're not getting results and you're not getting customers, then it's probably the most simple fix, and it's probably just something you need to get back to the method. Get with your leader, show them what you're doing, and say, hey, like, is there anything you can see that I need to do differently? And they'll probably take a look at what you're doing, and within a couple minutes, they'll be like, oh, fix this and you'll get customers. And it's like every time they fix it, they get customers. So just know that the idea of host to post doesn't work for me is actually a myth. It will work for you if you do it the correct way and you do it consistently. Last thing that I want you to talk really quick about, Dave, do you train, when you're training your team, do you train the men on your team with one version of host to post and the women on your team with another version of host to post? How is it different when you're talking to men or women?
We don't have as many men on our team. I think about 3, with me included 4. And my training with the men is absolutely the same way like I train the ladies. Absolutely 100% the same. There's no difference in training. There's no difference in anything. It works for men like it works for female. It really does. And I have men there that, they're emeralds, and they're having success with this. They really do, Ben. So I don't train them differently in any kind of way. I really don't. So the giveaway post, the whole deal, the whole 9 yard is the same. It works the same way for men and it does for female. And yeah, it's really been amazing. And honestly, I obviously enroll LCs too. And I got this one story I got to share real quick. Just about a month ago, I was in Germany and I stayed up till 6 a.m. I was tired. I was exhausted. And I was ready to go to bed. And because of the time change in Germany, I was trying to stay awake so I can get the American customers. And this is, again, where host to post really works for you. And the scripts, right? They're all they all just given to you. It's just given to you. You don't even, it's like a no-brainer. And so I was ready to go to bed. I believe it was 6:25 a.m. I believe I was telling goodnight to Ben. And then I got a potential. Like cell phone went on. I'm like, I'm interested. I'm like, oh. And so I gotta take this. This is 84 BVs or whatever it was. And so think about it. I'm a guy. It's 6:25, 8 o'clock in the morning. You're exhausted. You're ready to go to bed. You got no brains. And guess what? I just copy and pasted. I did the whole deal, just copy pasted. It took me, I'm not lying right now, I believe 3.5 minutes. And I got her to, I got the customer, who was a lady, got a triple thread, and I even added on the wraps on it. And it was all just copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. And I loved it so much, like even gave me, even though I'm doing it every day, it did give me a boost and a feedback again that this
Right.
stuff super works. And obviously I went live the next day and I just had to tell my team about it. And
Right.
so they're like, oh my gosh, if that works for him at 6:25 a.m., it sure works for me, you know, in the middle of the day. So it really is effective. It works for men like it does for female.
I love that. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Dave. We're just super proud of you guys, and you guys are just doing awesome. So thank you for sharing. I know it's been really inspiring to hear you guys all share. And so if you guys, if you guys could in the chat just really quickly put an emoji or something if you guys have been inspired by these guys, these awesome gentlemen who have shared. Put an emoji in the chat just to show them your appreciation. I know even for me, it's been super inspiring talking to you guys this morning. Just to close out really quickly and just in conclusion, what can we take away from this, you guys? I feel like, especially for the men, for those of you, I feel like there's two categories, and I shared this at Green Carpet this past fall. I feel like in our company, there's two categories for the most part of the guys that are in our company. And there's fans and there's fighters. What do I mean by that? To me, I feel like men in general, and this is a generalization, but just looking at our culture, men like are wired as fighters. Like, I think that it's just something that we gravitate towards competition. We gravitate towards, when you look at like some of the stereotypes of men, it's like sports, it's video games, it's competitiveness. So you look at like guys love to win, and we love being a part of a winning team. We love to be, even if it's just watching sports, being a fan, like we love to win. And I'm sure for a lot of women too, but I'm just like, I know for myself as a man and the guys that I know, we just love a winning situation. But we're designed to fight. And I think that the reason why we love to win is because like there's something in our wiring that makes us want to go out there, put something out there, take a risk and win. And you may be in this business as a fan, and maybe you're in the, like on the sidelines in the stands, looking at your significant other, or even just maybe spectating at some of the other successful people in this company. And that's okay. That's a great place to be, because I would so much rather you guys be in the stands at least versus outside the arena. So if you're here, then you're at least in the stands, and you're watching the fight. But there's another group of people that is actually in the ring, actually in the fight, and doing the work and getting results, using Host to Post and signing customers. And you guys, like when I moved, I started off as a fan in this company. I started off in the stands watching Danielle, my wife, succeed in this business. And, you know, I was like all about it. And just like when I started seeing the success, I was in and I was there for it. But there was a point in my business where I shifted, and I went from, hey, I'm cheering in the stands and I'm loving this and I'm a part of this winning team. But man, what if I was actually in the ring? What if I was the one that was like throwing the football? What if I was the one getting the touchdown? And to me, I was like, man, I've got that opportunity. You know, in sports, we don't necessarily have that opportunity to step out on the field and put the helmet on. But with this business, you guys, we don't have to stay in the stands. And I think that that's the beauty of Host to Post, is that this is at the end of Rudy, when the coach finally, after the whole 4 years sitting on the bench, finally goes, Rudy, okay, this is your moment, where Host to Post is giving all of us an equal opportunity to get on the field. And I think it's literally just up to you, whether or not you want to put the helmet on and step on the field, whether or not you want to put on the boxing gloves and step in the ring. And you can do that in different ways, you guys. Like I just want to throw this out there as we close off, because I know we're running short on time, but I want to close off just by addressing a couple different ways that you can do this as a man if you're not doing it already. Number one, you can do it on your Facebook. You can do it on your social media. Create one if you don't have one, and you can just run with this. You can do that. But if you don't want to do that, then like, let's say that you're in this business because of your spouse or because of your significant other, you can help them in their account. You can jump into your girl's account who's already on Facebook or doing whatever with Host to Post. You can jump in there and do the method through their account because it is copy and paste. Okay, like it doesn't matter if you're copying and pasting or she's copying and pasting, or if you design some computer program that can do it for you. Like we could train an animal to do this method if like if they're trainable to follow the steps. So there's different ways that you can go about getting involved with this, but my challenge to you is to get on the field. If you feel at all like, man, like where's my place in this business? Like here is a way that anybody can jump in full force and go sign customers, contribute in a major way, and really just do this. And so if there's any part of you, and I'm not saying that you have to do this because like, you know, not everybody is even wanting to be a part of this business, but like if you're on here, I feel like you probably are. Otherwise you wouldn't be on this webinar. And so I just want you guys to understand the opportunity that coach is saying, do you want on the field? Here it is. Here's a method that you don't need to be good at. You can just follow the steps. And so move from being a fan to being a fighter. Get on the field. Number one. You can maybe you guys are already, maybe you've already started working the business. You've already started dabbling with it. Move from dabbling to domination. Okay, like don't just like play around in the shallow end. Like own up. If you're wanting to do this, then decide to jump in, dominate it because you can. Okay, like there was a moment where I moved from fear to faith, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go all in. And the moment that I did that, I went from signing maybe one customer in a month to signing over 80 in 1 month because I decided to jump in all in with this method. You can do that too. And I just want you to be inspired and understand the opportunity with that. And you guys can actually make a difference in this business. You can make a difference in your community just by following this Host to Post method. And so I'm just super excited to see this generation of men like rising up in this company who are going to go to the top, who are going to use this method as a platform to just play a major role in this company. And we're just super excited about it. Thank you guys so much for sharing today. We love you guys so much. And guys, just go out there and dominate Host to Post. We love you guys. Have a good night.